house is historically it's a battleground. I mean, the Pueblo Indians, the Native Americans that live on the Pueblo, have never been kicked off of their own land. You can't call it a reservation because they successfully kicked the Spaniards off, the Americans out. So yeah, it's not just like the earthships or like the the gluten-free hippie lifestyle, but it's also like it's a culture of resistance.
I hear voices in my head say they want you dead, dreaming on and on and on. Say they want you dead, downloading on my gun. You know it might be fun doing what the voices said. Say they want you dead.
We're the best and the only punk band in Taos, so it's very easy for us.
It's the only place I've ever been that the punk rock scene is supported by the hippie people as well.
We're back on the musical roads in music with MOTR. We're driving somewhere at the crossroads of the United States. Where lies the uncharted frontier of the far west? Above the Rio Grande, headed to Taos, we hear punk rock and earth work together in beautiful chaos. Here, on the native sacred lands of the Pueblo, rise the free spirit and builders of New Mexico.
We're building an airship from ground up here. We take tires, you fill it with soil, and we pound them like a building brick. The sun will heat up, charge up these tires, and then these tires will slowly release that heat at night. And so in our houses, we don't use any form of like heating and cooling. It's all cans and bottles and adobe and all different kinds of techniques. This is our experimental site where we get to experiment for a few years and see what happens. So yeah, it's still under construction, but it's pretty cool. This is a punk house where everyone came in Taos, New Mexico. All the punks came, even from Santa Fe, Albuquerque, bands have played. They're actually gonna be sold. So all the punks have to move out of here, and we have one more show that's coming up here.
Our music is a form of activism. Article 15, that's just my little fuck you to the United States Army. Article 15 is a form of punishment in the military. It's how they punish soldiers without taking them to a court trial. Independent thinker is not welcome in the Army, so I did my 4 years in the Army and got an honorable discharge, and I got out and became an anti-war activist.
Body bag, carry me home in a body bag. Carry me home in a body bag.
I was going through a hard time in New York. 2009 was like a really rough year for me. I lost my father. My band broke up. I got divorced, and then I lost my job. So I was like, well, I guess I'll start all over, you know? They said they needed a plumber back in Taos, New Mexico. I was like, where the hell's that? Like, I've never even heard of Taos, New Mexico. I bought this Jeep, and then I packed everything in this little trailer that I had, and I moved. This is the road. We're going up the mountain right now. All right, hold on, boys.
Taos is historically it's a battleground. I mean, the Pueblo Indians, the Native Americans that live on the Pueblo, have never been kicked off of their own land. You can't call it a reservation because they successfully kicked the Spaniards off, the Americans out. So yeah, it's not just like the the earthships or like the the gluten-free hippie lifestyle, but it's also like it's a culture of resistance.
That was rough and loud. Now let's leave Taos Planet for the promise of new future satellites and head to Los Angeles to hear the sound of Filipino global bass.